Hi everyone, I am here today with a video on how to wake up early. I recently did a 30-day challenge waking up at 5 a.m. every day. I was successful some of the time, but not all of the time. Some days I woke up at 5:30, some days I woke up at 6, and some days I just decided I would forego the challenge because sleep is very important to me, which I'm going to talk about a lot in this video. First, a quick word on what this video is not about. This video is not about waking up at 5 a.m. or even 6 a.m. 7 a.m. This is a video on how to shift your sleep schedule so you start waking up a little bit earlier than you did before. That is, if that's something that you're looking to do. So the first tip that I have is to know your why. Why do you want to wake up earlier? Is it because you've seen some buzz on waking up around YouTube or on social media? Is it because you read a book recently on the benefits of waking up early? Is it because you look to leaders in your community or in the world at large that happen to be morning people? Whatever the reason it is that you want to try to wake up early, the most important thing is to know yourself and to know your own reasons for waking up early. Also understand how waking up early makes you feel. I used to think of myself as a night owl, but after experimenting many times with shifting my sleep schedule and gradually waking up earlier and earlier, I now identify more as a morning person, although I can definitely still be a night owl at times. This video is not about absolutes, it's really about knowing yourself and knowing what makes you feel good. So if waking up early makes you feel good about yourself, if it makes you feel more productive and more motivated throughout the day, then by all means, I would say go for it and try to shift your schedule a little bit so you start waking up earlier. Apologies for the banging noise that you're going to hear throughout this video. I didn't realize it would be this loud when I started filming, but there is some construction going on in an adjacent condo. The second thing I want to talk about in this video, and arguably the most important point in this video, is that sleep is super important. Do not sacrifice your sleep just to wake up early. If you don't already know how much sleep you need to feel at your best, I'd recommend doing a series of experiments and just trying to figure that out. You can either jot down how you feel after a certain number of hours of sleep in a journal or whatnot. If you bullet journal, that could be a spread for you. You can track it in an app or an Excel spreadsheet. Or if you're not someone who likes to track things so methodically, you can just notice how you feel after a certain number of hours of sleep. I've been doing this a lot lately, just trying to get in tune with how I feel in my own body and in my own mind. And it seems that right now I need around 7.5 hours of sleep to feel my best. When I did my 5 a.m. challenge, I really pushed myself to wake up at 5 a.m. on most days. And as a result, some nights I was definitely short on sleep and I had to make up for it with a nap during the day. And while that was fine for the duration of the 30-day challenge, it's not something that is sustainable for me going forward. Although I loved waking up at 5 a.m. and getting a great start on my day, feeling very productive and just doing a lot of things that were on my list of things to do, 5 a.m. might be a little bit too early for me. For me to wake up at 5 a.m., I need to be asleep by 9:30 p.m., and that is not always possible. If you do want to wake up earlier though, the key is to go to bed earlier so you can still get that ideal number of hours of sleep that you personally need. The next thing I want to talk about is to have a morning routine that you love. For me, it was very difficult to wake up early when I was working full-time. I wasn't at a job that I liked and I just wanted to sleep. I didn't want to wake up, I didn't want to get out of bed, and I didn't want to go to work. It wasn't uncommon for me to wake up 15-20 minutes before having to leave for work and then just rushing out the door. I gradually tried to increase that window of time from around 15 to 20 minutes to half an hour to an hour to an hour and a half, and eventually I was waking up 2 hours before I had to leave for work. So what am I doing in that 2-hour window? Well, I'm taking some time for myself and to do the things that I really like to do. That morning routine was an incentive for me to not hit the snooze button, to get up out of bed and just have that time before rushing off to work. That's probably when I started becoming a morning person, and now I just love mornings. I've fallen off the wagon a little bit here and there. I think that April challenge really threw me off, but I'm slowly getting back to it, and I do plan to wake up early again. but probably not at 5 a.m., maybe at around 6 or 7. The last tip that I want to share on waking up early is to be kind to yourself. This has been a theme for me in a lot of my videos lately because I am someone who used to be very hard on myself, and I still am to a certain extent, but I really try to stop myself now when I'm starting to be too dogmatic or too hard on myself, or when I put too much pressure on myself. And I'd like to encourage you to do the same. So instead of being really hard on yourself and saying, you know, I have to wake up at 6 a.m. or 7 a.m. or whatever the time is, if I don't do that, I am not successful, I am a failure, I am this or I am that. There's all this negative self-talk. We get very down on ourselves when we try to do something and maybe we don't do it perfectly. What I'd say in this situation is, say you wake up at around 7 o'clock now and you'd like to push it to 6:30. Try to go 6:30 on most days, but there are going to be days where you don't feel like doing it, and that's okay. So don't be hard on yourself. If you want to wake up early, if you truly have a why for becoming a morning person and that suits your lifestyle, don't give up, keep at it. I am speaking from experience, from many years of trying to change my life. I still have a lot more I want to do and a lot more improvements I want to make to my own life and my lifestyle, my habits, etc. But it's a work in progress, and as long as you are taking gradual steps in the right direction, eventually you will get there. That is going to be it for this video. Please let me know down below if you identify more as a night owl or as a morning person. I would love to hear a little bit about how many hours of sleep you need, what time you wake up in the morning, what time you go to bed at night, and anything else you would like to share in the comment section down below. I will be back very soon with another video. Until then, please take care and bye for now.
Oh, bless you.